Hello, this is John with John Reviews It. Today we're going to be looking at the Emotiva XLR cables. So these are 2-meter runs. I bought these for the purpose of doing my bi-amping experiment. So what I wanted to do is make sure I had everything as kind of like a even control situation. So I bought more of those Sewell speaker wires, but I bought 6 identical length ones just for doing the LCRs. I bought 5 of these and 3 Y splitters from Emotiva. That way I can split the signal and divide it into 2. I'm hoping what I'm going to be doing is going to work. I have seen a video from Technodad showing that that's how you should do it, but I also am double checking with Revel, because I want to make sure before I buy up my Revel speakers, I'm not about to do something that could damage them. But I also want to make sure that when I buy amp them, that the ohm impedance is really what doesn't change much. I'm hoping each individual speaker run will stay at the 8 ohm mark. But I wanted to double check with them in case it, connecting direct to the high or low pass filters on the back of the speakers makes a difference, because I definitely don't want to be sending a boatload of power or more power than I should to my speakers, because at that point I could be potentially, instead of giving them what I believe should be about 300 if everything stays at 8 ohms, could then basically double to about 500 watts if it's sitting 250 to the high pass and low pass section of the back of the speaker. Now, that could make a huge difference in terms of power I'm giving these guys. So definitely don't want to damage my speaker. Not saying that more power isn't better, because of course I don't always have to crank it up as loud, but I definitely don't want to damage the speakers. That's the big key thing. So once I hear back from Revel, I'll probably begin my experiment, being now that I got pretty much all the wiring I'm going to need to do the work. So hopefully soon you guys will see me putting this all together. I will probably upload a video at some point, basically describing the horrors of having to disconnect everything and reconnect. Oh, another thing I plan on using these same Emotiva XLR cables to to hook into the 5-channel Emotiva amp to send a signal. So I'm going to use this as a control variable as well for that. The only thing that's not going to be a current control variable is what I already currently have as far as XLR cables. Obviously, if you look at some of my previous videos, I had some Mogami Platinum XLR cables. Those are going to my center and my rears currently. I do have some Shunyata Research XLR cables. Those are going direct to the amps that are going to my left and right channel. As you also know, since I am using the Sewell speaker cables, that's another thing that's going to get yanked off my 2 front channels are my Shunyata Research speaker cables. I got a feeling my Shunyata stuff is probably going to eventually end up with my 2-channel hi-fi. I kind of really want to keep everything as much identical as possible for the home theater, just so that way everything has a constant control variable when I do this test and see which actually sounds better. So that all being said, good chance those are going to change up a little bit. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll go from there. I don't know if I'm going to keep these, but I do know as far as the LCR goes, if nothing else, the Mogami Platinums I currently have will probably go to those. These will just end up, connecting to all the other channels that I can hook up into my surround sound, and I may even potentially buy more of these in the future. I don't know yet. So we'll see how that goes. Any questions, leave them down below. Till next time, like and subscribe. Later.